Today marks 1330th day, sharing lessons I learned and continue to learn with you. And I hope that these insights will inspire you, support your dreams, help achieve your goals, and really empower you to become the person that you want to become. Today, I speak about really living a life with what 25-year lens. So when you make decisions, think about what will be my life in 25 years. Having that future vision based on 25 years. I think it's a beautiful way when we're able to have that 25-year lens and living our life based on that. Now, of course, when you also knowing that we have that 25-year lens, what do you do today? What do you do today to really make that 25-year lens to happen? I think that's a very, very important question to ask always, because we want to make sure that we live presently, even though that we have a clear vision. Wow, how and for what reason we want to have that future vision to look specifically. So today we'll share 10 things that we're able to really consider when you think about living a life based on 25-year lens. I think that's probably one of the most beautiful parts is that most things you are worried about right now won't matter. So when you think about sometimes even in 5 years, even a year. So when you think about the problem, difficulty, struggle, adversity that you're going through a season of your life, be able to ask, okay, how long this season will it be? Because it probably will disappear in a year, maybe 5 years, maybe 10 years. So that means if this struggle, adversity, disappointment will be gone in 25 years, maybe we are just putting too much pressure on ourselves, or maybe we are having too much negative emotion comparing where that leads to. So I think that having the ability to understand that most things do not matter or will not matter in a couple of years, even in 25 years, maybe you don't need to spend on that time. Maybe you don't need to spend our own emotional mental capacity on those things as much as we spending right now. Why are we supposed to really have all those negative emotions when those things will not matter just in a couple of years? Because sometimes it's just, of course, we need to take action to really change that. Sometimes we just need to wait and have patience. I love this, that you need to be aggressive with our actions, the patient for results. So that means aggressively taking actions and patiently waiting for life to change. If you're doing the right things, of course, it will change. And we're not supposed to spend too much time into really worrying about it. Number two, the person you become is more important than what you achieve. The person who you become is more important than what you achieve, because I think that legacy is built on people remembering who you were rather than what you did. This is a big, big realization for me as well, because I used to think about results, but I think that results is achieved by the person who really becomes the version of themselves that's able to achieve those results. That's why I think that we always need to focus on, okay, who you want to be, or who you want to become, and who we want to become. That's that's a question that you always need to ask. When we have that 25-year lens, we're able to look at, okay, who I want to be in 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, 25 years. And when I look into the mirror, what kind of person do I want to be? What kind of values do you want to have? What kind of beliefs do you want to have? What kind of roles do you want to have? So that means that values, beliefs, roles, all the things that you really describes who you are as a person, the character. And I think that is, again, so much more important than any kind of result that you potentially would want. Because then after that, when you have, this is the person I want to be, then what kind of results that person would achieve? I think this is, again, number three, and this is very important, small daily choices compound more than big moments. I really believe that. I really believe that when I think about 25 years lens, that if I keep doing this small action every single day, every single week, for next 25 years, where that potentially could lead to? That's a great question. I think that sometimes we're able to ask, okay, what daily routines do I do unconsciously? And those unconscious actions that we do, where that potential could lead. Because a lot of times when you do that the same thing over and over and over again, we forget that at some point that small action we do now might be, it was that conscious. And sometimes we can really become unconscious and we get locked in with that habit, that pattern. Sometimes, of course, we want to really create that good habits that become so unconscious that we're doing anyways, We don't think about it. We just do it because that's how we did for a long time. And I truly believe that compound effect is one of the most important things in life because you can really achieve massive success in life and you have massive failure in life, massive sickness, massive health. Like everything is coming from the small things because when people say like, oh, like you have massive success, but when you look at what kind of actions, daily actions, actually led to that massive success, I think that's again very, very important. Number 4, clarity of purpose is greatest life advantage. I think that when you think about 25 years, at that moment we're able to look into real purpose because when you look into a short-term goal, short-term like in 1 year, half a year, it's really very hard to really think about the purpose because if our vision doesn't scare us, that means that vision might be too small. And if you're able to achieve your vision with who you are right now, it still might be too small. And sometimes we don't have a clarity of our purpose because we don't see how, based on who we are right now, we potentially could achieve it. If that's all fine. That's all fine. That's how it's supposed to be purpose. Purpose is supposed to be something that you understand that you're not capable of achieving right now. But you will be able to. So that means when you have a 25-year lens, you understand that there will be skills that have been developed. Character will need to be developed. Relations will need to be developed. There's a lot of things that will need to be developed to achieve that purpose. But now at least you have that clarity. So having that long-term perspective, like 25-year lens, that gives you the clarity. What exactly do you want to achieve from the perspective? And the more clarity you have, the easier it is to achieve the purpose that you have for yourself. Number 5, you will lose people, so love them fully now. It's such a powerful thing that in 25 years, look into your grandparents, look into your parents, look into all the people around you and how old they were after 25 years. Like if your grandpa is 75, so or grandma, so add 25 years, this will be 100. Do you think that they'll be able to make till 100? If not, maybe they're able to think how we could really spend more time with the people that I love. That in 25 years, I will not regret spending less time than I could potentially. What will, I think that relations is a great thing to really consider. What will happen in 25 years with this relationship? And should I invest more time? Should I nurture this more? Or should I walk away from this relationship? I think that is very, very important to understand that. Number 6, you will regret what you didn't try, not what you failed at. Such a beautiful thing. I probably, when you have become like 25, 30, 35, 40, like, I think that you realize that you really don't regret all the failures. You don't regret those. Of course, maybe it was disappointing, but not regretful. It's disappointing, embarrassing, but not regretful. But you regret the things that you didn't do. So the older you get, you understand that. I think that we need to really look into 25 years and what would you regret not doing? I think that's a great question. What would you regret not doing? So being able to do it right now, today, the thing that you would regret, because I know exactly what I would regret. I would regret not pursuing my dreams. I don't want to have that regret. So that's why when I think about today I am willing to go through challenges, adversity, disappointment, because I am going to do the things that really I want to do. That's maybe it's hard, challenging, but I better do something because I don't want to be regretful after 25 years. Number 7, peace comes from inner alignment, not outer validation. And again, when you think about 25 years lens, you understand that although that outer validation do not matter. The people that you wanted validation from will be gone. And I think the 25 years lens, you understand that how important is that inner peace compared to external things. Because external things will go disappear, but inner peace could stay with you forever. Could be you have external things, you don't have external things, but inner peace could be always with you if you're actually willing to really invest in developing that inner peace. Number 8, you don't get there. Life is always a journey. It's a beautiful thing. So it means that sometimes we say like how long it will take for me to get into a certain level. But I think that at some point we start to ask ourselves, how far could I go? How far could I go with my skills? How far could I go with myself? How far could I go with leadership skills? How far could I develop my character? How far could I develop my courage, confidence? It's much better than looking to, while I will be confident, I will be happy. No, I think I'm happy right now by developing myself and going above and beyond all my expectations, because I know that I have that 25 years lens, and in 25 years lens, I will be able to grow, and I hope that I will be able to grow beyond all my imagination. How far could I go? And like the question is, how far could I go? I think it's a beautiful thing. Number 9 is death is a final teacher. Use it as a compass. I think that what it means that when you look into 25 years, maybe you realize that you will get closer to the last day. You never know. Like our days is not guaranteed. Maybe tomorrow will be the last day. You never know. But having that in mind, that we have a short term in this life, and really being able to really put that urgency in our mind. I think that this is again the lesson that I need to sometimes put as well into my urgency, because urgency allows you to really to take action. Because when we have a lot of time, sometimes we spread our actions. But when we know that we have a massive urgency, we compress our actions in a short period of time, and when we live more balanced life, when we take actions. And I think that's a beautiful thing when we look into the compass of life, and you understand that when you will that time will come, you will look into like what really matters as well. And that's just, I think that when you look into what really matters, that is a compass that allows you to really make decisions better, priorities better, and you take actions based on priorities rather than urgencies or the things that truly do not matter. And last one thing, that number 10 is that you are always building the future, even when you are just surviving. I think that every single thing, like when it's like surviving, that what kind of character traits do you develop? What kind of things do you develop right now for the future when 25 years go by and you remember this moment, maybe you are struggling, maybe you are striving. What would you remember 25 years about this day? If you said it out, probably would not. Well, I would not remember anything. So maybe there's something needs to be changed, because I think that every single season needs to have some kind of key areas to remember about, to be proud of, to be grateful about. So what do you remember? I think that, to think about it 25 years, and then what would you remember? What would you like to remember in 25 years about this moment, about this specific moment? And really do it. And again, the 25-year lens is a beautiful thing to really give clarity what you need to do today. Because again, present moment is the most important. Because if your present moment, you don't value your present moment, the future 25-year lens will never be the way how you supposed to achieve or how you will love to be. So I hope that you reflect as well, like how your 25-year lens looks like, how you look like, how your health looks like, how your finance looks like, how your relations look like. There's so many things, areas that we're able to look into, just to make sure that we're able to have the clarity about all areas of life, not just about finance, not just about relations, but about everything. And I think that the deeper you're able to go, the more clarity you have, the more you're able to look into your priorities right now to make sure that you're moving forward towards those goals. So I hope you choose something, and see you tomorrow.